So today is Saturday. I've had an unexpected change of plans. I do not have as much time. Come here. I don't have as much time as I thought I did for this week's scouting trip. And I've been thinking about it for a while. And I have two areas I need to check out. And I've never been to any of these places before. So tomorrow, this weekend scouting trip is going to turn out to be just one day. So what I'm going to do is something I don't like to do, but is what it is sometimes necessary, and that is a road scout. Come here, dog. Say hi. No? Don't say hi? Okay. Oh. Seriously, dog? Seriously. Keep down. Anyway, a road scout. And this is most useful when you haven't been there before. So I'm going to drive around, get the lay of the land, and then next weekend I'm going to put some boots on the ground in the area that look like it will be the most productive. But I have a lot of territory I need to cover, and I have a short time to do it in. So here's tomorrow's game plan. I have the magnificent artwork here. So tomorrow's game plan. I live down here. Have to pass through everything that is involved with the big city. From there, I'm gonna head out this way. And there's a small road that goes up in the mountains. Now up in this mountain, this is a big bowl. And behind this bowl is a big ridge line. This I'm going to call Area A. Now there's a trail that goes up to the ridge line, but it's a long one and it's cutting way up the mountain. Over here is a small lake. This is a public road, and then back here it passes through some private land. So studying the maps, it looks like if I might be able to park near that lake and then cut around up to the ridge and bypassing a much longer hike. The trouble is there might not be much parking because it's right next to private property. So if I can't park there on public land, then this whole shortcut is out. But if I can park there, then I can take a shorter hike, get up to ridgeline, and then I could follow that ridgeline all the way around. And that'll open up a lot of options for me rather than just hike up here. That's if I work Area A. After I check this area out, I'm going to check out the trailhead and this. Back out, go back out this road, go back up this way, and then I'm going to hit this road here. This goes up in the mountains. Then here is a road that parallels the ridgeback. And from this ridgeback, I can glass down, and these are several valleys with a lot of drainages. So I'm going to drive up here, glass down, and just work my way around, and then come up the north side of it. And then from here, I'm just going to do a straight shot right back through the big city and on to home. That's tomorrow's game plan. Just at the start of the first area I'm going to check out today. It's about 5:38 in the morning. Waiting for the sun to come up. A little early in the morning to be filming this, but I'm right at the bottom parking area. And that's the canyon road that goes in right there. Looks like the trailhead that goes up, probably up and around and that way. There's definitely some pines up there. And that brush looks pretty thick. I'll come back and check this out on my way out. There is another guy parked right there. So he's probably backpacked in there, I'm guessing. Just a quick note with this canyon. The road's pretty narrow. The sides are pretty steep. And there's some pretty thick pine up in there. Secondary parking area. Just past the only trailhead in this canyon. Looking at the topo map, I had the idea that maybe you could park here and bushwhack it in there. might be easier said than done. Where the topography lays, there's like a finger coming out this way. Yeah, right there. So maybe cut over that thing, skirt around private property, and go right up the drainage. Further up the canyon. I know there's still a lot of private property I need to cross through, but I am seeing pines mixed with quakies, and that's good. And this is why public lands is an issue. In between me and the lake that I wanted to get to is this bit of private property. That landowner has seen fit to close down the public road access simply because it goes through his land. So even though that lake back there is on public lands, I cannot access it. Which is bull pucky. So we have a turnaround and we have a public toilet right here, which is interesting, seeing how there's no trailhead around here. Alright, so what we got here is a community gate. So, driving down this road, skirting around private property, and trying to get to that bowl from the backside while taking a shorter route ain't happening. And this is what happens when your state sells off its trust lands. Do not allow your state to sell off your public lands. Because then this shit is gonna happen, and you're gonna have nowhere to go. Well, we'll take a quick look at that trailhead on our way out and head to Area B. Hills are green up there. That's a good sign. Heading back out of this first area. I just passed the that last parking area that I filmed that before. The trailhead's further back that way along some private property, but I've noticed looks like there's a trail that someone's been using. I don't think that's a game trail. So this is probably a way to cut up that finger and then get up either side to skirt around that private property. Which means you park down that way, walk down the road to about here, and then come up. I might just mark this on my map. So here's a trailhead parking of the only trailhead in this canyon. Outhouse right there. Looks like there's enough room for like maybe 3 cars, 4 cars. So I suspect trailhead parking is going to be competitive. Who knows? But definitely get here early. Early. Cow moose in the road. Who would have thunk that? Holy smokes. I knew there was moose in this area, but yeah. Roll up my window. I don't think she's going to charge. It's possible. Am I herding moose now? Come on, Miss Moose, get off the stinking road. Huh. That's funny. I'm herding moose. Okay, I think she got off the road. Oh, nope, she's right there. Come on, get off the road already. She's looking for a spot, ain't she? I hope I don't drive her up into the freeway. Interstate. Okay, maybe she'll go up there. Come on. Up into the mountains, get off the road. Ah, cow moose. Here come charging out of there, stick her head through the window. Oh, there she goes. There she is right there. She moved. Oh, right there. I don't really think you can see her on camera now. Alright, well, she's gone. Good. She gave me the eye, I know that. Alright, well, I'm back at the first area. That looks like it goes out and around and probably up and around. Looking at the satellite maps, it looks like you can kind of get up the mountain that way. So and parking is over here. So our choices are bushwhacking up steep slope, hiking up in the dark in one well-groomed trail that we know we'll get up there, or taking a gamble on this, going the really long way around. All right, well, on to our second area. Still working my way into the second area, but it's starting to look a little bit more like elk country. Got some pines and quakies down there. About 400 feet elevation right now, I think. Ain't nothing down towards the bottom but scrub oak. But it's looking a little more elky. On the road, so on the road in, which is over that way, on that north-facing slope, I don't know if it's showing up on camera, there's a wallow down there. Couple of them actually. Well, still in Area B. I don't think we can get much closer to the city. I'm at the trailhead that goes along this ridge back here that I thought about glassing. I'm been glassing up here for the most part. So some aspens, some pines, some green fields down there I think are ferns. So here's the trailhead. Now, I don't know if I can actually glass, but I thought about going down that ridge back over there and glass, but it doesn't look like... I might be glass from there to there, but not from there to there. But I think that was the whole point, was to glass that north-facing slope over there. That wallow I found is somewhere in that direction over there. That over there is the road in. That might be worth hunting over there, especially with that wallow down there. I think I am disinclined on this area because this area is too easy to hunt. I have run into a lot of hunters, like right over there. Some guys glassing right over there. I ran into a lot of hunters. I think they're mostly deer hunters though. So this area has a lot of pressure. If there are any elk in here, they're in really isolated pockets and they have no room to roam around. So I'm don't know, I'm not feeling the love on this place. I'm more inclined to go to the other area. Well, there could be some elk here. But holy mackerel on the human pressure. This area is heavily pressured. If there are any elk in here, they're gonna be in like those really deep, isolated pockets. As much human pressure is in around here, I find myself very skeptical. Very skeptical. I don't know. I mean, elk are where you find them. But, yeah, I don't know. There's just a lot of human pressure here. I'm on the north side of the loop. And, if there's any elk around here, I'm liable to think they're in this north side because they have a lot more room to roam around. And according to the topo map, I think there's more drainages over here, so there's probably more water sources on this end. But this whole area is pretty heavily pressured with just recreationalists and hunters. And I think primarily because this area is easier to hunt. Hunting this area does not require backpacking. It would make your life easier if you did, but as is customary for most of our state here, people park the truck off the road and walk and hike down. So as the extended archery area goes, I think this area is just going to be more populated because it's more accessible, which is one reason why I was looking at it, is because it's more accessible. So if I come back to this area, I think I'm going to spend my time on the north end and not in between and not on the south end. Although on the south end there was a couple areas that look like they might be lucrative, but it might be a waste of time. There just seems to be a lot more room over on this side. So I think next weekend, I'm going to go back to Area A, where I went to before today, and backpack it in and see, because there's no way I'm going to know what it's like up there until I go back there. You can't see it from the road, but considering I ran into a moose and everything else on the way down, I think that area holds more promise in general than this area. It's going to be less pressured, and not as accessible. And I think that's going to be my deciding factor on this. Just the fact that there's moose back in that other area says a lot for the habitat. So I'm going to get my way out of here and head on home. And tomorrow morning I'm going to try to finish setting in my bow. And then next weekend I'm going to backpack in the first area into the first area I went to today. Unless I see something else on my way out, that's probably it for this video. So have a good one.